Opportunity, pure and simple.
Is Senator Baucus's plan a good building block that Congress perhaps could get to work on and get a health care bill done?
With us now, Republican Representative Aaron Schock from Illinois and Democratic Representative Bill Pascrell Jr. from New Jersey. Good to see you both, gentlemen. Thanks very much. Bill, I want to go to you first, the Democrat first, because we know that Republicans, I haven't talked to one that likes this idea, but do you like Max Baucus's plan?
I think it's brought us a step closer to a resolution, David, in all honesty. I prefer the House bill. I think it is more robust, the entire bill, and I think would save and help the middle class and lower income folks. I think it's paid for. I don't particularly like the way that Max pays for his bill, although it's a lower number. And the reason why it's a lower number is less subsidies for the middle class. But I think it's a step in the right direction. A lot of work went into his 220, 30 pages. I think it's something that we should take a look at. He didn't gain one Republican vote. So with all the concessions he's made, he's still at 0.0, at least in terms of gathering support from the other side. I still prefer the House bill. Just to
clarify, Representative Pascrell, it doesn't have a public option in there. Would you vote for it without the public option?
No, I would not. The co-op that he is recommending in there gives no teeth whatsoever, because we're talking about state co-ops. That means there's not enough people in it to make a difference. I support the public option because I personally believe it's the best way to bring competition to the field. What Senator Baucus did was start to talk about taxing those Cadillac programs, so to speak, of insurance. But the insurance companies are just going to carry that on to those folks who hold their policy, and I don't support that whatsoever.
So we have one nay. Aaron Schock, there are some bones thrown to Republican in the form of these co-ops and ideas like that. Would you vote in favor of Max Baucus's bill?
No, I would not. I think clearly Mr. Baucus has failed to bring both sides together to get the bipartisan support that he was looking for, despite all of the time and effort spent by the gang of six senators, 3 Republicans and 3 Democrats. It doesn't go far enough in addressing many of the Republican concerns. And I really think, based on my good friend on the other side of the aisle here in the House, comments, it's really going to take leadership from the White House to bring both sides together. Clearly, this bill in the Senate may get some Democrats to vote for it, but there are no Republican senators willing to vote for it. Democrats in the House are already saying they're not going to support it. It doesn't go farther enough. The leadership in the White House needs to step up. And despite all the rhetoric in last week's speech about having an open door and wanting our ideas, the fact of the matter is that the Republican leadership in the House has not been invited to meet with the president since April.
Okay.
And so
Let me let Representative Pascrell sort of respond to that, because there is that question where the president said he had the open door, but Republicans tend to feel that it wasn't open to them.
I want to make 2 points, but I want to first say to my good friend from Illinois, the president did reach out in March and April, and folks came back to the Capitol and said that for sure we're going to do everything we can to defeat his efforts. 2 points. Your side had 8 years to do something about health care, chose not to raise one finger. And number 2, what you were waving in front of the president and all of us last week when the president gave his speech on health care, I read all of those 5 bills. I want you to know that. In those bills, and you got to read these bills because they really get your hair, whatever little I have left, up, straight up. Those bills really take away the support of those folks in the middle class, employer-operated, employer-sponsored health care packages. They would destroy that part, and certainly we don't want to do that. In taxing policies, I think that's the worst way to go.
All right.
I don't support that. I hope my friend from Illinois doesn't support it.
Let your good friend respond. Aaron, go ahead.
Well, look, I agree with the president. We agree on 80%. Let's draw up a bill that addresses 80% of health care reform and get it passed. When we talk about issues like fraud, waste, and abuse, the president has a sky-high number of what we can save in fraud, waste, and abuse. Why should we have to wait another year, another 4 years, till this health care plan is implemented to start addressing issues like fraud, waste, and abuse? Regulatory reform, which is in Max Baucus's bill, regulatory reform, allowing insurance companies to compete across state lines. These are issues that all Americans, or an overwhelming majority of Americans, believe need to happen. These are issues that Republicans and Democrats agree on. And I'm sorry that a majority of Americans do not support the public option. It's a reason why the majority of Congress, despite a 50-seat majority in the House that the Democrats have, it's why they failed to pass their bill.
Let me finish with this. Hold on. Representative Pascrell, just to sort of drill down here, if it doesn't have the public option in it, no way you're voting for it?
Unless it has something comparable to a public option, which brings competition to the field, and I haven't heard, I haven't seen anything. We have. I just said to you 3 minutes ago, I will not support the co-op that's in this legislation. I think I've been very clear about that. It doesn't bring teeth. And all you're going to do when you tax the Cadillac programs is carry it on to those people who have policies. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right.
Guys, thank you very much. It's a little like the fight last night in the Yankees game. We were hoping you'd get physical, but it never got, frankly, got that excited. But we got close.
Never happened.
Never happened. Thanks for having us on.
I like that. Thank you so much.
Aaron Schock, Bill Pascrell, thank you very much.